We are to be with our God like a weaned child is with its mother. But what does that mean? Well, this is exactly the image we find in Psalm 131. There, the poet King David tells us that this is how we are to think about being in God's presence. But what does that mean exactly? Well, a not weaned child will go into its mother's arms for one reason: to be fed. Indeed, they go there in order to get what they want. They demand that food from their mother. They demand it with wiggling around. They demand it with screams. They demand it sometimes as they get older by sort of pawing with their hands at their mother. But a child that has been weaned will still crawl up into the mother's lap, but will do so for closeness and companionship and comfort. That is how we are to be with God. We are not to come into his presence thinking that we can just demand from him anything we want, that we can just come and scream and paw until God relents and gives us what we want, because obviously we know best. No, instead, we are to come with humility into the presence of God. We are to rejoice that he has given us access to him through his son Jesus, and therefore we can have that closeness and companionship with him. That's a wonderful thing to have. So let us put down our pride that tells us that we should just go to God and demand, and instead rejoice that God has welcomed us into his presence through his son Jesus.